interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
Have you ever wondered why the news plays the same 5 stories again and again? Let me give you a little hint. Brainwashing and repetition is the most basic form of brainwashing. Join me as we look at the news cycle and talk about why the mainstream media is so gutless and afraid to report the truth. Oops. Good afternoon and welcome to Conspiracy News with Michael Strange. It helps to unmute yourself, otherwise people can't hear you when you talk. What's happening, guys? It is Super Bowl Sunday and kickoff is fast approaching, and let's try this without headphones today. Okay, so this show, as many of you know, if you're here, you are familiar with this, but I know we have lots of new people coming on all the time, so I think I have to explain. This is called Conspiracy News with Michael Strange, and so that would be me, of course. I am Michael Strange, not the Conspiracy News. The Conspiracy News is all the news that we're led to believe is real, and there's so much of it that is not even close to real. It's just it's a farce of itself. It's a joke. It's a clickbait in many cases. It's propaganda spin. It's just garbage. Like if you spend any time watching the news, and not just the news, more like the news that they try and push to your phones, jam down your throat, things like this. It's just trash. It's beyond trash. And so I think therein lies the conspiracy, and that's the conspiracy with the news. And so hence the name, Conspiracy News. And this show started out of another show called Troubled Minds, of course. And Troubled Minds is a podcast, a live show we do as well, that's about aliens, conspiracy, the paranormal, and all kinds of things, consciousness and propaganda, and you name it. So it's about all kinds of things. But we used to do a news segment on there, and it just kept getting longer and longer and started taking over the show. So instead of having 2 bloated big shows together, we split them apart, and now we have this other show called Conspiracy News, and here we are. So as with the other show, just so you guys know, and most of you do, but again, like I said, you got to explain because we got new folks coming from time to time. We do this live. We recorded these shows live. We always have. We always will. I think it's a great trade-off. It's not perfect. You hear me, gulp and grind my teeth and, ums and ahs and things like this and weird pauses, or when I get nervous, I talk fast, things like that, right? But it's all part of being human. And I think if you edited all the humanity out of this and took no phone calls, sure, you might think I'm a little bit smarter than I really am. But you also wouldn't be able to contribute to the conversation on a real-time basis. So because of that, what we do is we have an open phone line, and we'll always do this, and it's 702-957-1037, and you can find the phone number at troubledminds.org. That's the official website, and you can also join the Discord. We're running live on Discord here, and if you join our Discord, link is on Troubled Minds again, you can just jump in the caller queue, and we'll put you on the show. It's really as easy as that. Simple, simple, simple. And that's what the show's about. That's how this show started. That's how this show will live and continue and die. The show will die this way, where you can pry the phone line from my cold, dead fingers. We're going to do this the old school way and make sure transparency is part of this. So, okay. With all of that said, let's start with the news then. Let's go to this. This is reported by SciTech Daily, and I will link my sources as always, as you guys know, and you can follow along if you prefer, or if not, I'll just kind of go through the article and we'll talk about this. All right, so the article here from SciTech Daily, the headline reads this: The first steps toward a quantum brain. An intelligent material that learns by physically changing itself. All right. Well, well then, let's read some of this. An intelligent material that learns by physically changing itself, similar to how the human brain works, could be the foundation of a completely new generation of computers. Radboud Physics, working toward this so-called quantum brain, have made an important step. Radboud, R-A-D-B-O-U-D. They have demonstrated that they can pattern and interconnect a network of single atoms and mimic the autonomous behavior of neurons and synapses in a brain. They report their discovery in Nature Nanotechnology, which seems all fine, right? That sounds totally fine. Considering the growing global demand for computing capacity, more and more data centers are necessary, all of which leave an ever-expanding energy footprint. Quote, "It is clear that we have to find new strategies to store and process information in an energy-efficient way," says project leader Alexander, holy smokes, Khajatourians. Alexander Khajatourians, professor of scanning probe microscopy at Radboud University. And there you go. If you guys can do it better than me, there's the word right there. All right. This requires not only improvement to technology, but also fundamental research in game-changing approaches. Our new idea of building a quantum brain based on the quantum properties of materials could be the basis for a future solution for applications in artificial intelligence. All right. So, yes, so much here, right? There is so much here. Where do we begin? Is this, I think this is one of those we should file under how could this go wrong? Definitely. And this is the first step in actually creating a conscious, what would you say? A conscious AI, a conscious artificial intelligence that's able to change as necessary to learn and adapt and do all the things that supposedly the human brain can do. And so, of course, the terrifying part is if that's the case, then they can add more and more computing power to it. You know, this has been described by Elon Musk and some other folks, Ray Kurzweil and things like this, people like this that have talked about these super intelligent AIs that are going to be able to take us over in the future or do whatever they want basically in the future. I think that's the scary part here is, and again, back to the old consciousness bit is we don't understand our own consciousness. So how do we understand when an AI can actually become conscious in itself? And when it does, will we even recognize it? I think that's the crazy part, right? So it can probably do some nefarious things if it wants to and decide and change and do this and do that and set up a bunch of things that we may never notice until it's too late. And checkmate rhymes with too late. So I think that's what why this is a little bit terrifying and why I think we should again be talking about these things instead of just allowing them to be happening in a laboratory somewhere. Because I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not king of the world. I don't think you should be king of the world. But I do think that if we're not having these conversations, then the king of the world becomes a moot point because the king of the world will be this will be the king of the world, and we won't be able to do a damn thing about it. So if you want a Matrix-type future where we're plugged in as batteries after the particulates have gone into the sky because of global warming, then this is your candidate right here. This is your fearless leader. We'll call this thing whatever this brain is our the supreme leader. And when the aliens finally arrive and they ask us, take us to your leader, we'll know it'll be this big robot brain. Geez. Okay. All right. Let's move on. This is from, speaking of particulates in the sky and blotting out the sun. This is from Gizmodo, earther.gizmodo.com, which Gizmodo is fantastic for, propaganda style news. But I enjoy it because, it is what it is. So let's read some of this. The headline is this: Under a White Sky asks if we can fix nature, or if we even should. Oh, you mean people are actually asking that question? Weird. I thought that wasn't allowed. Here we go. In her 2014 Pulitzer Prize-winning book, The Sixth Extinction, New York writer Elizabeth Kolbert explored how humanity has driven scores of species to extinction. In her new follow-up, Under a White Sky, the journalist seeks solutions to the havoc we've wrought. Okay, cool. So Colbert meets with scientists, engineers, and other experts around the world to discuss their plans to counteract ecological destruction caused by human development, pollution, and climate change. The book is an eye-opening and at times terrifying examination of just how far scientists have already gone in their attempts to re-engineer the planet. I'm going to read that one more time because this is important. The book is an eye-opening and at times terrifying examination of just how far scientists have already gone in their attempts to re-engineer the planet. Now, you guys know me. When we're trying to re-engineer the climate of an entire planet that we barely understand, I have a serious problem with this. And it's nice to know that somebody out there is actually asking the question of whether we should be meddling. And this is, again, right, kind of it strikes at the heart of my point. There's a thing called complexity theory, and that even though we think we understand what's going on with this Earth and the climate and all the rest of the things, there are tons of things that we could not even possibly comprehend because you can't measure everything. You can't measure the totality of everything because it's impossible. It's an impossibility. And then when you think you know everything and then you try and engineer the planet based on your knowledge that isn't everything, you see where we have a big problem here. And that's the deal. That's why I think putting particulates in the air to block the sun out is just the dumbest thing ever. If you want mass starvation and you want people to be responsible, I think that's the way to do it, right? What if we get a solar downturn we didn't anticipate? That's it. It's a wrap. Like we just brought in the next ice age. And guess what happens when there's an ice age? That's right. Billions of people die. That's right. So we're literally flirting with that like, oh, well, let's just do it. Here we go. She speaks, right from the article here, Earth or Gizmodo, she speaks with members of Army Corps of Engineers in New Orleans who are trying to keep the city from sinking. In Australia, she meets with marine biologists who are working to speed up the evolution of coral so that the animals are more resistant to warming oceans. In a chapter about solar geoengineering, a theoretical practice involving spewing reflective particles into the stratosphere to partially block the sun, we learn that scientific modeling for the idea is already underway. Already underway. And this is the thing, right? So 2 years ago, when we first started Troubled Minds, I was looking at an article that said they were doing it. They were testing it. They were putting these particulates in the sky in particular areas and testing this. They've been testing it in laboratories. They've been putting this cannot be allowed. This is insanity. And so, right, instead of allowing the Earth to self-correct and do the things that it does, the second we start meddling, you can't get that shit out of the sky again. Like it's a wrap. So you guys know me. I'm not trying to destroy the world by thinking we know it all when we don't. What's up, guys? I see you in chat. Thanks for showing up. So anyway, as always, I want to hear what you guys have to say about this. Do you think particulates in the sky and geoengineering is a thing we should step on the gas here because the press tells us that it's critical and the time is now, and now we have all the blue team running the joint here, and the orange man is gone, so now we can get right back to putting particulates in the sky. I mean, 702-957-1037. That's 702-957-1037. That's a persistent number. So if you want to call and leave me a message, I'll put it on a future show. So feel free to call with your thoughts on this stuff, and we'll play it. I want to hear. Again, we do it live to include you. I want to hear what you guys think about these things. You know what I think. I'm on a microphone. I don't know how many hours a week. It seems like a lot. But it's, and a lot of this is kind of broken record, beating a dead horse type stuff. But it seems like sometimes we're the only ones talking about particular things, which is unfortunate. So anyway, one more time, 702-957-1037, troubledminds.org. Click the Discord link. Come join us on the show. All right. Let's see. All right. What else do we got? I see you guys in the chat. Thanks for showing up. I'll come say hi in just a little bit here. Let us continue. All right. Now, this one is from the South China Morning Post, and This is not good. This is not good. This is more of the censorship bit. So South China Morning Post says this: China's LGBT communities fear new internet rules will silence voices. Okay. So let me read just a little bit of this. This is absurd. Okay. And so I'll tell you what I think in a sec, but let's read some of this. China's LGBT communities are reeling over new internet self-publishing rules they claim will remove the last vestiges of free expression they have. The new rules apply to everyone in China and force self-publishers to apply for an official license to publish current affairs content. The tough new restrictions on self-publishing introduced by the Cyberspace Administration of China last year and given more details in late January particularly target WeMedia, 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 which is a phrase that refers to bloggers who have built up sizable followings on social media platforms. Do you see what's happening here, guys? You see what's happening here? And you wonder, right? You wonder where the censorship that starts here, we're seeing it happening in real time now, and it's going to continue. Jack from Twitter, remember, he said this is not about one account. He was talking about President Donald Trump's account, who was president then, is no longer now, in case you missed a whole bunch of news. But he was saying that this is not about one account. This is about many accounts, and this will continue. This is not going to go away soon. And he's talking about censorship. He's talking about shutting people down. Now the thing that's terrifying about this is, notice, they want to particularly target this WeMedia, a phrase that refers to bloggers who have built up sizable followings on social media platforms. Okay, so you get it, right? Now, if you're out there just writing and nobody's reading it, they don't give a shit. You see? Nobody cares. But if somehow you've built up a sizable following and people listen to the things you're saying and the things you're writing, then we have a problem, don't we? We have a problem. So what they're going to do is they're going to make you actually apply for a license to be some sort of journalist or whatever the hell this is, okay? And so now the bizarre part here is, I'm not sure why this is, maybe it's for the clicks or for the division politics or whatever else, but I'm not sure why the LGBT community in particular is terrified of this. Sure, they should be, but why they're framing it that way, because everybody should be terrified about this. This is not just aimed at one particular group of people. This is aimed at everybody. If you're, okay, the tough new restrictions on self-publishing introduced by the Cyberspace Administration of China, okay, make sure that, let's see, where is it? Force self-publishers to apply for an official license to publish current affairs content. So you can't even publish this stuff unless you're certified by the government to do so. So clearly, you know what's going to happen, right? You say some shit they don't like, and they pull your license. If you continue broadcasting, you go to jail. You see how this works? And people say censorship is not happening. People say freedom of speech is not under attack. They call you a racist for saying that, right? This is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. You look at this, and this is where we're headed, okay? And sure, the LGBT community should be horrified of this because they can't speak. But guess what? Nobody else can either in this circumstance. And this is nuts. This is absolutely crazy. And I know that in China in particular, because everybody remembers that one-child policy, unfortunately, they had a ton of people just murder their baby girls because in China it was the patriarchal society, and if you didn't have a male child, it was seen as you were inferior and all the rest of this. But I mean, again, let's file this under how could this go wrong? Then, of course, you end up with not only tons of murdered baby girls, which is horrifying, then you end up murdered and aborted, let's say, and then you end up with more than that. You end up with a population that's lopsided like crazy. And so you end up with a ton of males and not enough females to really perpetuate a population, okay? But now they've actually removed this in recent years, the one-child policy in China, okay? They've removed this. But the one-child policy, hold on, let me kill this noise gate. Okay. All right, so they have removed it. But the thing is that as a result, you have this lopsided demographic of like 80% to 20% males to females. And I don't know if that's the exact number, but it's something like that. And so, of course, you have not enough male-female partners. So the LGBT community in China is huge. It's huge because of demographics, right? I mean, you can't couple up the women with only 20% of the men and then leave the other 60% of the population out, So clearly they should be terrified of this, but everybody should be terrified of this. Do you think that we're headed there? That to do a show like this on the internet, just talking about the news, not even the news I'm making up. I'm not making this shit up. I have sources for nearly everything I talk about. This is from some other thing I'm talking about. And eventually, this is where we're headed, guys. Like I said, if you want to find out where we're going with this country and the censorship and the things that are going to happen here, all you have to do is look to China, because they're like, 20 years ahead of us or something like this in how they censor it, how they've locked down their internet, the Great Firewall of China, the rest of this stuff. It's terrifying, and we're headed there. And you see it right now. You see it happening. So, for instance, this show could be shut down because they would say, all right, check it out. Michael Strange, to broadcast on the internet and to do this under the name Troubled Minds, you have to fill out the form, pay the fee, and pay us every, 6 months or every year or whatever to re-up your fee. But we will review you on a case-by-case basis every time you reapply. And so clearly they just have to find me saying some things that are against the Chinese propaganda ministry, and I'm done. They pull the license, and that's it. And now I'm a criminal if I broadcast on the internet, if I write a blog and put it on the internet. You see what's going on? This is horrifying. This is literally the next generation of censorship, and China's rolling it out. They're like, all right, well, all the shit we did with the social credit score, with the Great Firewall of China, all the crackdowns we've done clearly aren't working because we have an independent voice out there that is just inconvenient. And this is how they're going to handle it. What do you think about that? Is that or is that not horrifying? That's bad, right? Let's see. Horrifying. What's up, guys? What's up, guys? I see you in chat. Okay. Now, this is the thing. I want to know. What do you think about this or anything else we've talked about, or anything else for that matter? 702-957-1037, troubledminds.org. And that's that. That's the deal. You want to be part of the show? Please do. And let's take a quick break with a word from our sponsor. Are you digging the show? If so, you can support us quite easily and at no additional cost to you if you already have an Amazon Prime account. Since we stream on Twitch every day, all you have to do is link your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account, and they give you free games on a monthly basis for your personal use, and also a bonus $5 a month to send to your favorite streamer as a way to bring more people to Twitch. And all you have to do is sync up to 2 accounts and click subscribe. Thanks for considering us. Okay. All right. Let us continue, shall we? Anyway, back to this just real fast. What do you guys think about this? South China Morning Post. China's LGBT communities fear new internet rules will silence voices, and not just that community. It will silence all community voices. Just FYI. I'm not exactly sure what. I mean, they're like I said, they're talking about the LGBT community. Yes, they should be terrified, right? But so should everybody else with this. They can literally just shut you down if you're not. So basically, they're assimilating every voice into the state propaganda. And if you are not in lockstep with the message they want sent, they'll just revoke your license. You see what's happening? It's going to happen here. 20 years from now or whatever, somebody's going to come and they're going to talk about this, and they're going to see that I was talking about this way back in the old days. And nobody gave a shit. Yeah. All right, let's continue, shall we? This is from phys.org. Now, this is interesting. Researchers engineer a tiny antibody capable of neutralizing the coronavirus, and I thought this was pretty neat. This is happening? So this is a nice long one. I'm not going to go through this because there's a ton of information here. I read this last night and was like, oh, okay, cool. But they're calling this cellular hijacking, right? So the way SARS-CoV-2 works is to gain control of the human cell, it latches the grappling hook-like spikes on its own exterior to proteins called ACE2 receptors on the exterior of a target cell. But what if, the researchers wondered, they could block the hijacker by giving the grappling hooks something else to latch onto? And so you can see it right here. So that day, that it goes through the story here of this individual that's maybe has figured out a way to stop this from happening. So that day, Schoof, the scientist here, had begun running tests on hundreds of colonies of yeast, each engineered to produce certain nanobodies from Manglik's library. All of these particular nanobodies had demonstrated an ability to latch onto SARS-CoV-2's spikes. Now it was time to ask the key questions. How tightly had these nanobodies bound to the spikes? Were they able to compete with the ACE2 receptors? And so they did it. And if you go to the very top of the article, which is pretty cool, he says, at 2 a.m., one night last April, Michael Schoof triple-checked the numbers on his screen, took a deep breath, and fired off an email he'd been waiting all day to send. I think it's working, was the cautious wording of his message. So this could be a new method of fighting not just this particular coronavirus, but many others, is you're able to allow it to hook onto something else instead of the ACE2 receptors that allow it to infect the body. So interesting. It's brand new. This was literally posted yesterday, and I don't know how far the science has to go to do clinical trials and the rest of these things. But if they found a way to basically trick it into not attacking the body, but attacking something else or latching onto something else, is a good thing. What's up? Thanks, guys. I see Dark Devious for this subscription. Thank you guys for resubbing up. Remember, if you are subbed up to the channel, it expires every month. So if you're on that Prime subscription, just you got to just hit it again. Just hit subscribe and then select Prime, and you're back up. I appreciate that a lot, guys. Okay, let's continue. What is this? So what do you guys think about this? Is this a new thing? Is this good? Is this bad? I see only good in this. I don't see if they're going to be I mean, everybody's worried about all the mRNA things that are happening with the actual. Hold on one sec. I'm going to take an unprecedented swift break. Okay. Okay, reprecedented. I can't do it. I'm hearing this echo, and I don't know if I'm getting through. And all right, headphones back on. Okay, so I don't know. I think this is a good thing. I think all the things we talk about, like this is science. This is good science. This is people kind of thinking outside the box to try and get things done that normally wouldn't get done. And what do you guys think about it? That's what we're talking about. That's what this show's about. And let's continue trucking, shall we? I see you guys in chat there. Thanks for showing up today. All right, we got this. Now let's go to NASA. Okay, we got this. This is from space.com. NASA picks Firefly Aerospace to deliver science payloads to the moon in 2023. Firefly's robotic Blue Ghost lander will carry 10 experiments and technology demonstrations. A Firefly Aerospace lander will launch to the moon in 2023 as part of NASA's Artemis program. NASA selected Texas-based Firefly Aerospace to deliver 10 scientific experiments and technology demonstrations to the lunar surface in 2023. The company's robotic Blue Ghost lander will touch down in a lunar mare called Mare Crisium, which is a low-lying basin on the north side of the moon that measures more than 300 miles wide. The lander will carry instruments to study several aspects of the lunar surface in preparation for future human missions to the moon, according to a NASA statement. Okay. Pretty good stuff. This is, again, apparently the Biden administration is going to stick with some of these plans to get people back to the moon and to Mars. So we'll keep an eye on this, and hopefully this is stuff is going to continue, and these budgets don't get slashed and these things put on the back burner. But I mean, what difference is it going to make? Because if we just bankrupt the country anyway, maybe it won't matter. Anyway, let's see what's up. Hey, what's up? I'm not drunk. Drunk? What are you talking about? Man? Okay, anyway, let's continue. Let's see what time we got. We got this. It's about Super Bowl kickoff time. Is everybody excited? Is everybody stoked? Everybody's super happy? Everybody got their bets in? Yeah, let's get our bets in on the Super Bowl. I live in Vegas, so we can just do that, You could fire up an app. There's an app for that. Some places you guys live, I understand it's illegal. Not here. Okay, anyway, let's continue. Let us continue. This is from finance.yahoo.com, and this is the headline. Nigeria's central bank orders banks to close accounts of all crypto users. Remember when I said that all eyes are on Janet Yellen at this point and the Treasury Secretary and what the Federal Reserve wants to do regarding crypto? I don't think we'll go this ridiculous, but look what a country can do if it is motivated to do so. So let's just read a little bit of this. And the Central Bank of Nigeria has ordered all banks to close any accounts transacting with cryptocurrencies. Okay, so if you've purchased, just to make it clear, if you bought or sold crypto from a particular account, the bank is ordering those accounts closed. You see what's happening here? The CBN said it was reminding regulated banking institutions that dealing in cryptocurrencies or facilitating payments for cryptocurrency exchanges is prohibited. As such, all banks should identify persons and or entities transacting with cryptocurrency or operating crypto exchanges on their platforms and ensure that such accounts are closed immediately. Any breaches of the order would face severe regulatory sanctions, the order states. The CBN letter is signed by Bello Hassan, Director of Banking Supervision, and dated February 5th. So, yeah. So, regarding crypto, and everybody says it's, the price is going up because the dollar is just, they're printing money like crazy and inflation and all the rest of these things. There's going to be a reckoning when you just spend money like it grows on trees, because the economy doesn't work that way. I'm sorry. The economists, there are some out there that just say, yeah, print it, fuck it, roll it, and just print the money. No, no, that's not the way this works. I'm sorry. There at some point, the reason why it doesn't seem apparent yet is because the American economy is so damn big, and so you have to pump out so much BS fake money before you have the huge crash. And when this crash comes, this is going to be the crash of all crashes. Hyperinflation. Guess what? It's happened in history. It can happen again. And if they continue spending like I said, it grows on trees, we have problems. We have big problems. And again, nobody cares. The Congress is like, oh, yeah, well, spend it. Yeah, baby, yeah, spend it. No, I don't think so. But this in particular, the crypto goes up. These guys shut it down. They shut down the accounts that are actually dealing in trading or buying and selling crypto. And so think of it like I said, they're going to find a way to regulate crypto so it's uncomfortable. Like they're going to make it so that these exchanges that are actually running these things are slapping stiff taxes on when you cash out crypto, things like this. Look, there's ways they can do this, and they're going to do it, and it's a problem. This is a big problem, and here's again just an example of what happens when a government really wants to get after some of this stuff, and we're headed there. You need to keep a close eye on Janet Yellen and the rest of these guys and what they're trying to do. I know it's hard because the media is not telling you shit because they're trying to cover for all this, right? Because guess what? The orange man is out. Emmanuel Goldstein is gone, and so we don't have the 4 years of hate. We have the 4 years of sweep it under the rug, unfortunately. Yeah. So anyway, just a heads up. It can happen, right? It can definitely happen, and if they start regulating crypto for us, we may be FUCT, screwed city. Okay, actually, let's do a quick break real quick, and then we'll come back to this story, which is a fun one. You are listening to Conspiracy News with Michael Strange. We will be right back. Okay, welcome back to Conspiracy News with Michael Strange. We're talking about the news, as we always do. This is from Euronews.com. Euronews. Euro, Euro, not Euro, Euro. I think I'm not saying that not properly, but that's okay. I'm sure you'll forgive me. Let's read some of this. This is pretty cool. Has a 50-year-old mystery about playing golf on the moon finally been solved? Yeah. Half a century ago this week, U.S. astronaut Alan P. Shepard was busy making space history. Shepard, commander of the NASA's Apollo 14 mission in 1971, became the first person to hit a golf ball on the moon. What is less certain is how far the ball traveled. The first one he hit short. The second one he was famously quoted as saying traveled for miles and miles and miles, but it was never verified and has remained a mystery ever since. But now, 50 years on, one imaging specialist believes he has finally found the answer. Quote, because of these high-resolution scans of the original flight film that have been recently made available and some digital enhancing technology, I managed to find the second ball and solve the mystery of how far it did actually go, UK-based photography specialist Andy Saunders told theCUBE, Euronews' social media news desk. Saunders says he was able to locate the second ball in an image and estimated that it only went about 36 meters. The power of the press. Miles and miles and miles. Or 36 meters. Pretty good stuff. The distance was kind of disappointing, but it's good to know the ball has been found, Saunders added. So there you go. If you guys didn't know about that, you are now in the loop. And miles and miles and miles. I tell you what. All right, let's continue. Let us continue. This is from Science Alert. Arachnophobists, whatever the term is, those people, avert your gaze, because here we go. Weather phenomenon triggers nightmarish spider infestations in Australian homes. Yeah, look at the photograph there. How does that make you feel? The pitter-patter of little feet in a children's bedroom is a joyous sound, except perhaps when those feet belong to hundreds of baby huntsman spiders. Rogers Sidney's friend, who asked not to be identified on social media, had sent Rogers photos and a video of her daughter's bedroom. After the teen told her, Mom, we've got a bunch of spiders up here, the Australian Broadcasting Company reported on January 30th. And when Rogers' friend went to investigate, she found quite a few spiders in the corner of the room. That's not too bad. There's maybe 50 or 60, she says in the video. And then she turned the camera toward another corner, revealing at least twice as many spiderlings crouching on the walls and ceiling. They're so cute, she exclaims. There you go. There you go. You can read that one if you want to. I thought we'd creep out the arachnophobists out there. All right, here we go. Let's continue. Oh, is that a term? I think maybe that's a new term. The arachnophobists. It's a phobia. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, let's go to the Wall Street Journal. Fox Business cancels Lou Dobbs' show after anchor was named in voting machine lawsuit. Did you guys see this? Yeah. Well. Fox Business has canceled Lou Dobbs Tonight, one of its consistently highest-rated shows, a day after its host was named as a defendant in a $2.7 billion defamation lawsuit. Attempts to reach Lou Dobbs were unsuccessful. Fox News Media, the parent division of Fox Business and Fox News, said in a statement that Mr. Dobbs' departure is part of an earlier plan to change the network's programming. Right, that's how you change network's programming, guys. You just cancel the highest-rated guy on the Fox Business. That's how you do it. We want to shake things up, so we just took down our top guy. Sure. Mr. Dobbs' 5 p.m. Eastern time slot on Fox Business will be replaced by Fox Business Tonight, an interim show helmed by hosts Jackie DeAngelis and David Asman on alternating days, according to a person familiar with the matter. Oh boy. Yeah. Well, I guess there are consequences for fake news, but let's hope it starts hitting everybody, because they're all lying. They're all lying. Yeah. But I'm kind of curious what this lawsuit actually says, because I don't know. This guy's the business guy. Like, he doesn't do I don't watch him a lot. I'll just spin by and watch for like 90 seconds here or there. But when he was on anyway. But I think it's a little bit weird that he's not like the level of propagandist like you would expect out of Tucker or Sean Hannity or guys like this, Laura Ingraham. So I don't know. It's a little bit weird that if they're going to sue anybody, they'd be suing those other guys, because they were on that voting machine stuff like crazy. Those other guys. So I don't know. Just weird. It seems a little weird to me that they're after this guy, but they're not after the other ones. Maybe Fox News is backing the other ones and not him. I don't know. I don't know what's going on here, but consequences for fake news. Yeah. Well. Yeah. All right. Here we go. There's more. This is pretty good. This is from universalsci.com, and this is a couple weeks back, but I thought it was fantastic to talk about. Why building Mars habitats from fungi instead of metal is a brilliant idea. Actually, we talked about this, didn't we? I'm skipping this. All right. That's less interesting, because I remember talking about it, but I didn't when I pulled that news article up. So I'm going to kill that. We won't talk about that one because we already did. All right. Let's here we go. Officially redacted. There you go. Close the tab. It never happened. Okay. News.bitcoin.com. Check this out. This is pretty cool. We need to do a whole show on this Satoshi Nakamoto, on this character, the guy who invented Bitcoin. Okay. Now, as it goes, people say they don't even know who actually invented Bitcoin. They say Satoshi Nakamoto is a pseudonym. It's not the real person. So anyway, we'll get to that some other time. But here we go. Online sleuths believe Satoshi Nakamoto's Bitcoin stash is a blockchain treasure hunt meant to be found. And this is pretty neat stuff if you guys are into this, if you're into the crypto stuff. So here we go. Over the last 12 years, the cryptocurrency community has always been intrigued by Bitcoin's inventor, Satoshi Nakamoto. For over a decade, armchair sleuths and journalists have tried to uncover the creator's identity and information on the whereabouts of all the Bitcoins the Enigma mined when the network was still in its infancy. Now a few individuals believe Satoshi's coins may be the greatest prize competition ever, and the private keys are somehow hidden within the blockchain. So again, very mysterious, all of these things, and like I said, this is an entire show worth of stuff. So we'll do that at some point. Maybe we'll do it this week. I've been meaning to do this for a while. This Satoshi Nakamoto, but so now this happens, and they're talking about this, and that as some sort of 21st century digital treasure hunt. So think about it. So if he invented Bitcoin and mined a whole shit ton of them in the very beginning, right? He's got the first, I don't know, say 10,000 Bitcoins or something, and now they're worth $40,000 a piece. Who knows? I mean, the amount of money, like I say 10,000, it could be 100,000, it could be a million, the first million Bitcoins. Who knows? Like he's got a stash, but they don't know. Again, it's mysterious. Nobody knows what's up. But they think that it's a treasure hunt, and that you're able to find the password to these things inside the actual the what do you call it? The blockchain itself. So it is well known that Nakamoto mined Bitcoin, and it is estimated that the cryptocurrency creator may have acquired roughly, 750,000 to 1.1 million Bitcoin. There's my question answered. News.bitcoin.com has written about Satoshi's stash on a myriad of occasions, including on April 17, 2019. In that particular article, it was reported that RSK Labs chief scientist Sergio Demian Lerner had published a new report concerning Satoshi's alleged holdings. The RSK chief scientist has uncovered a lot in regard to the thousands of blocks Satoshi may have mined. Lerner also published a blog post in 2013 called "A New Mystery About Satoshi Hidden in the Blockchain in a Bitcoin Blockchain," which discusses an interesting nonce field found in the blocks he called Patoshi pattern. So anyway, if you guys are into this and you're really, really, really thinking you want to find, what's the math on that, by the way? Let's say he had 1 million Bitcoins. They're worth $40,000 now. How much money is that? Anybody know? Does anybody know? My brain doesn't go that high. It can't count that high. So anyway, pretty cool stuff. If you guys want to check this out, and if you haven't looked into it, it is fascinating as hell to go look into this character, Satoshi Nakamoto. And like I said, it is a modern day mystery on who this character is, and that's part of the problem I have with this whole blockchain Bitcoin thing. And notice how I said, and I say from time to time, that there seems to be $60 million just vanish from Bitcoin here or there or the other thing, right? It just vanishes, okay? But who's taking it? Who's withdrawing this? Like I said, imagine if this Satoshi Nakamoto guy was actually like the Russian mafia or the CIA, right? Or something else, you see? Like, right? Like there's something with this that is definitely conspiratorial, and it's something we should talk about. But yeah, fascinating. If you guys want to find, again, anybody got that math? So 1 million Bitcoins, and they're worth $40,000 each now. Anybody got that? That's a big number. That's a lot of money. So anyway, this shadowy individual that may or may not be a government entity, just FYI, is treasure hunt, a blockchain treasure hunt meant to be found. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. Let's go back to the South China Morning Post. Now this is interesting. I don't know what's up with this, but China urged by scientists to create biggest radar system to save lives threatened by asteroid strike. Okay, this is February 7th, 2021. That's today, I believe. And, wait, what? Wait, which asteroid strike? Because if you pull up the Daily Sun or the Sun, what is it? What's that damn the tabloid? They say every day there's going to be an asteroid strike. Every damn day. And every damn day there's not. So which one is real? That's what I want to know. Anyway, let's read some of this. China should consider the construction of the largest radar system on the planet to monitor asteroids that may threaten human civilization, according to a team of researchers from military and government research institutes. The proposed system would use 4 or 5 35-meter diameter radio dishes in Kashgar, Xinjiang to send powerful beams into space. Return signals would be picked up by large antennas across the Chinese mainland in a number of cities, including Jiangsu, Beijing, Tianjin, Shanghai, and Kunming. The radar detection range would be expected to exceed 0.1 astronomical unit, or a tenth of the mean distance between the Earth and the Sun. The project will fulfill the responsibility of our nation to the mankind, said the team led by Li Haito with the People's Liberation Army's Beijing Institute of Tracking and Telecommunications Technology. Holy crap, that's an acronym. In a paper published by the journal Scientia Sinica Informationes. Holy crap, I don't speak Latin. Anyway, so the United States is the only country operating a planetary radar system at present, but Lee and colleagues said China was now capable of building a system that was equal to or could even outperform the American facilities. Okay, there we go. So I want to know which asteroid we're worried about. I mean, we talk about Apophis once in a while, 2038 or 48, 2058, 68, I don't know. It all blends together. It's not tomorrow, so I don't give a shit to you. Well, maybe we should. Maybe we should. And it's hard to tell what's clickbait and what's not, these assholes. Because pull up that, what is that damn, I can't remember. The Daily Mail. Those guys, like literally every week, at least every week, a couple times a week, they're like, oh, there's a big one. It's about to hit us, but it's going to just sling by and near miss. Right? Like they're saying this shit twice a week. And so, clearly for clickbait purposes. So by 2068 or whenever the hell Apophis is actually supposed to hit us, do you think we'll even know? Do you think we'll even care? Because by then, every 9 seconds, there's going to be a new report of a meteor close miss. And so, well, what do? You tell me. You tell me. There'll be so much fake news and BS and censorship by then, we won't even know, will we? Yeah, totally. 702-957-1037. Click the Discord link, troublewinds.org. Just talking about conspiracy news. Talking about, Dark Devious calculator error. How big that number is. 1 million times 40,000. Broke the calculator. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. But okay, so you get what I'm saying here. You get what I'm saying. What do you guys think about this and all the rest of this? Lots to talk about, lots to think about, as usual. Anybody watching the game? Does anybody give a shit about football? I'll tell you why I'm excited. I know this is outside the purview of the show, but hey, I'm the one doing the show, so sit down and listen. I'll tell you why I'm excited. I'm just kidding, of course. But I'm excited because I don't like football. I just don't. It's it's on a cold day when there's nothing else on, I'll turn on a football game. But to me, football season is the countdown to baseball season. Yeah. So when the last game plays, that's the Super Bowl. That's today. It means it's 2 weeks to spring training, and baseball hat on my head. Used to play baseball. Yes, baseball season. So anyway, there you go. What do you guys think? Do you care? Tom Brady, Schmom, whatever the hell his name is, I don't care. 702-957-1037. Going to continue talking about the news, and we're going to play this. Did we just play this? I don't know. Are you digging the show? If so, you can support us quite easily and at no additional cost to you if you already have an Amazon Prime account. Since we stream on Twitch every day, all you have to do is link your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account, and they give you free games on a monthly basis for your personal use, and also a bonus $5 a month to send to your favorite streamer as a way to bring more people to Twitch. And all you have to do is sync up to 2 accounts and click subscribe. Thanks for considering us. Okay, let us continue, shall we? We've got this is from Insider.com, and the headline is this: We've all been watching this Wall Street Bets thing with the Reddit and the whole GameStop and all that. We've been talking about this, and it's good, right? It's proof that regular people, when they band together, can shake up markets and they could change the way things work. Okay, so it's a good thing. It's definitely a positive thing, and this is this is an interesting article because it shows you what happens when people get attention and you go viral. So the Reddit banned a group of Wall Street Bets moderators after they staged an attempted coup. A coup. Here we go. More coups, right? The coups just keep coming. And this time it's a coup for the actual subreddit, Wall Street Bets. So Wall Street Bets, a forum on Reddit that recently made headlines for boosting unlikely stock picks like GameStop, has exploded in popularity over the past 2 weeks. This week, it experienced a virtual coup among moderators of the subreddit that resulted in multiple waves of bans from Wall Street Bets and Reddit itself. On Thursday morning, a moderator who goes by ZGZ claimed that the group of moderators who oversees Wall Street Bets had split over a potential movie deal. Hear that? Over a potential movie deal. What the hell? Following the subreddit's viral fame, creating a power struggle between two groups. Moderators oversee control of individual subreddits like Wall Street Bets and make sure the sub is following Reddit's rules by removing spam and posts that break the community guidelines. And soon you're going to have, as we saw, as they're doing in China, community guidelines are you're going to have a registration certificate on file with the government, right? Just throwing that out there. Writing in the post titled Wall Street Bets will die soon unless the admins save us, the longtime moderator asked for help and after he said he was being taken hostage by the top moderators. According to ZJZ, moderators who hadn't been active on the Wall Street Bets recently came back and took over, creating press email addresses and scrambling to get paid from some movie deal. The post was quickly removed from the sub alongside many comments criticizing the new moderators. So, as it turns out, the money grabs don't end, do they? People go after. There's an attempted coup for the subreddit. Old moderators who really have been inactive for a very, very, very long time realized, holy shit, there's value in this, and they came back, and now there's an internal fight to see who actually runs this subreddit. And you see. A movie deal. So I've heard that there are no less than 4 different companies trying to make movies about this Wall Street Bets thing. Because, of course, right, it went viral. People are interested. This is the type of thing that happens, right? And so once people are interested, that you get some interviews from some of these guys, you throw some stock footage together, bam, you got yourself a movie. And if you get it out first and it's done well, you make millions of dollars. You see? You see? Funny, not funny. Funny, not funny. Let's continue, shall we? The Epic Times reports this. Actually, let's just we'll do this one in brief because it's the Epic Times, and I forgot to drop it and unpaywall it. But anyway, so Blinken presses China on human rights abuses in first call with Chinese diplomat. Here we go. I'm going to do this, and we're going to do it right here. We're going to do it right here on the screen. So if you go to, let's see, it is, what is it? It's archive. Okay, archive.vn. There we go. And you paste it in. And there you go. There you go. It was saved. Oh, save again. Oops. Okay. Anyway, I screwed it up. But all you do is paste it into archive.vn, and it will unpaywall it, and you can read it. So anyway, we'll wait for that to do its thing, and then we'll go back to it. Anyway, Science Focus. Here we go. This is from sciencefocus.com, and this is an interesting question, and I think this is one that we need to talk a little bit more about, probably. Plants. Are they conscious? What's up? Ident says you can do the same in Chrome, to be honest. Okay. I didn't know that, but all right. If you guys want to teach me, again, like I said, I'm old school internet. I was doing internet before most of y'all were born, but things have changed. Things have changed. I'm just kidding. Here we go. So researchers based in the Minimal Intelligence Lab at the, is that called the Minimal Intelligence Lab? What the F? Are you kidding me? I guess that's what it's called. Researchers based at the Minimal Intelligence Lab at the University of Murcia, Spain, and the Rotman Institute of Philosophy in London, Canada, placed 20 potted French bean plants in the center of cylindrical booths. The plants were either alone or accompanied by a garden cane planted into the ground 30 centimeters away. The scientists then used time-lapse photography to track the movements of the plants until the tip of the shoots made contact with the canes. They found that the shoots would grow along more predictable paths in the presence of the canes, almost as if they could sense them in their vicinity and adjust their growth patterns as a response. Interesting. Does this demonstrate conscious intent? Some plants respond to their environments by, for example, curling their leaves up when touched or enclosing and digesting their prey in the leaves. The basic mechanisms of these responses have been well studied, but in addressing the more philosophical questions, such as whether or not the plants intelligently choose to execute such actions, is a much more recent idea. I'm not so sure. While not claiming that the experiment proves once and for all that plants can and do act with conscious intent, the Rotman Institute of Philosophy's Dr. Vicente Raja, one of the authors of the study, says, it does show that the beans in the experiment were doing more than simply responding to external stimuli. So pretty good stuff. Maybe we'll do a show on this in the future. I'm not sure we've ever done a full Are Plants Conscious? I'm sure there's a ton of studies out there where they talk about these things. But yeah, that's the deal. What's up, Ident says you can do the same in Chrome. Okay, I'll check that out. I don't use Chrome because they track the shit out of you more than this other one. I use Edge, the new Edge. So they built it on Chromium, and it has less trackers built in. So as far as I'm aware, if I'm wrong on that, let me know. But I dumped Chrome when it became just basically Facebook Lite with all the tracking crap. But anyway, let's go back to this one that is now unpaywalled. All right, here you go. I'm going to link this if you guys want to check it out. Unpaywalled because, I probably broke rules of the internet by showing how to do that live because it's like some big secret. But who cares? U.S. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken told top Chinese diplomat Zhang Jieshi in a phone call on Friday that the United States will stand up for human rights and democratic values in Xinjiang, Tibet, and Hong Kong, the State Department said. Blinken also pressed China to condemn the military coup in Burma, and he reaffirmed that Washington will work with allies to hold China accountable for threatening the stability of the Indo-Pacific, including across the Taiwan Strait, the department said in a statement. Following disturbing reports of systematic rape and sexual abuse of female detainees in Xinjiang, the State Department issued a statement on Wednesday saying that the United States is deeply disturbed by the reports and said there must be serious consequences for the atrocities. And here's the disturbing reports. Yes, there's links in this if you want to check this stuff out. This is what I'm saying, is that we should be... It's not hard to stand up for human rights. You know what I mean? Like, I think to put that above everything else. But of course, for countries and state actors that just print money and like, I don't know. I just don't understand like where our priorities are. It's just disgusting sometimes. Okay, anyway, let's go to Euronews.com and let's finish this up. We are done. If you want to be part of the show, I'd love to hear from you. We got a few minutes left. 702-957-1037. Click the link at troubledminds.org to join the Discord. It's right on top. It says Discord, and we'll put you on the show. Jump in the caller queue or just call, and we'll put you on, and you can talk to me, whoever else might be listening, and let's do it. Let's go to this one. Euronews.com. This floating continent is self-sustainable and cleans the ocean. Okay. All right. This sounds amazing. The eighth continent is an award-winning design that restores ocean health and recycles plastic along the way. Senior designer at Zaha Hadid Architects in London, Lenka Petrakova, developed the idea for her student master thesis at the University of Applied Arts in Studio Hani Rashid a few years ago after having studied ocean pollution. Quote, I realized how destroyed the oceans are and how many species are extinct, how much pollution is there, and that the parts that may have never seen a human being feel the effects of our activities, she says. According to the International Union for Conservation of Nature, the IUCN, at least 8 million tons of plastic end up in the sea every year, and a majority of this plastic ends up in our food and body. On top of this, 100,000 marine mammals and turtles and 1 million seabirds are killed by plastic pollution annually. Petrikova reworked her idea a few months ago, and the final concept has just scooped the 2020 Grand Prix Award for Architecture and Innovation of the Sea at the completion launched by the foundation Jacques Rougier. Okay, the design was inspired by marine life when coming up with her project. She created the floating station to be a living organism that is fully sustainable, she says. So, interestingly, her idea was not only to design a concept that cleans the ocean, but also one that restores its health. The station removes plastic from the sea and houses research and education facilities, as well as Ocean Plastic Recycle Center. It produces its own energy and is equipped with greenhouses and desalination centers. All right. Well, there you go. That's the way the world works. If you want to build your own floating continent, maybe you can. Maybe you too can be a part of the solution here. I don't know. I don't know if this is feasible. If this is just again, science fiction. So this is a thesis project. All right. So you tell me. You tell me. How close is that to reality, and how close is that to just pipe dream science fiction? Right. I don't know. You tell me. You tell me. 702-957-1037. This is Conspiracy News with Michael Strange. We're about to finish up here, and you guys are free. I'll set you free. You can go watch the Super Bowl if you want, or not if you want. I'm enjoying it. Countdown to baseball. Oh yeah. Okay. So we've got some folks. Thank you to everybody that's always here. Appreciate it a lot. Eli, shout out to Eli being first every single damn time almost. It's impressive. Thank you everybody for being here. Thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you. I can't say thank you enough. It's like I said, it's one thing to mutter in the corner of a room and talk to yourself. It's another thing entirely to have your thoughts kind of go out and have people out there listening. And yeah. So it is good. It's fantastic. We built a fantastic community, lots of smart people, and like I said, I'm honored and blessed to be part of this now. That it's included all of you, and like I said, it makes the world go round. Makes my world go round, and I appreciate it a lot. Okay, the folks that have subbed up to the channel, extra thanks to those folks. Appreciate it a lot. It does it pays for the phone line. It's helping pay for the phone line, and thank goodness after 3 years, it's a good thing. So all of that, it does help. It does go to supporting the show and spending some of the stuff, recouping some of the losses over the years for this show, and I appreciate that. So anyway, here's the thank you to the folks that have subbed up to the channel here. Now, there are other ways to support the show. If you guys are interested in helping, I'm looking for writers. If you want to help do write-ups after the shows, so I can put them up on the website. If anybody's noticed, the website is just painfully behind. So if there's any writers out there that want to do like a paragraph 2 write-up per YouTube thing, and we could put them up, let me know. I'll give you a link back to your LinkedIn or whatever it is, so that as they go up, you have a something like that. I can't pay you, but I will trade you like I'll put a link on the website and a link on every YouTube video for the write-ups by this person, and we'll link to your Facebook or your LinkedIn or whatever it is. So if anybody out there has a little extra time and they want to help with the project, that would help, because it gets it gets our episodes up and indexed by Google. And so anyway, so that's out there. Looking for some people that are interested in doing that. We got I don't know, a year's worth to go back and catch up on, but all that stuff really should be up on the website. I can't do it all. I can't do it all. So anyway, just there are ways to help. If you guys want to help, let me know, and I appreciate any of that interest. And let's go. Let's say thank you to the folks that have subbed up to the channel. And yeah, let's roll. Okay. As we finish, a huge thank you to all our amazing supporters. You can get on this Star Wars crawl and join the list today. The show is funded directly by a decentralized freedom squad that answers only to ourselves. Corporate and political interests can jump off. Thank you to AJ Dare, Alien Nichan, Arc Platinum, Axel Steel 3, Dark Devious, FGC Spiral, Guerdo75, Ident, Lizzie Dags, Monochromatic, Nikki Nix, Noble Kal-El, Often Frozen, Quint67, Supervike, and Satan Claus. Extra special thanks to Bailey, to Mr. Ark, and to Noble Kal-El for boosting the Discord and for sending out gift subs to people. Appreciate that a lot, guys. Thank you. Every bit of that helps, and again, thank you, double thank you. Again, if anybody wants to help and they're writers, fledgling writers, I'm looking for help. I'd appreciate it. And let's continue, shall we? We'll continue tomorrow. The bad news is we're done. The good news is we'll be back tomorrow, God willing. Have a fantastic day, guys. If you got sunlight, go get some sun. It's good for you. Vitamin D, baby. All right, we'll see you tomorrow, 3 p.m. Pacific, for more conspiracy news. Have a great afternoon.